And I'm just starting the broadcast, and then we can start the meeting. Okay, we're live. It's EuroScrum. It's Craig, Sasha, and David here. Craig, would you like to go first with your updates?
We're having a client meeting tonight, and yesterday evening was spent preparing for that. Pavel drove us through user stories and worked out what was working and what wasn't working. I think Nick's got some last-minute changes to make to the staging server before we have that meeting. And then, as I say, tonight will be the client meeting, and we'll see where we need to go from there. That's it.
Okay, that's great. No blocks?
Time's a big problem at the moment, but other than that, no.
All right. Well, you are demanding a lot of yourselves, so yeah, time is always going to be an issue. What do you think about in terms of numbers of people that are involved in OSRA? Are you about the right size team, or do you need more? Or
I'm not sure that's for me to judge. I mean, there's been a lot of discussion about it, and whether we should be onboarding more people, but I feel that Pavel's been doing a very good job of trying to get people on board, and we don't, we are the size that we are.
Yes.
I think that there's benefits to having more developers in that your maybe is not as stretched, but I think communication across all developers becomes harder. So you win and you lose.
Yeah. The old mythical man-month problem.
Yeah. So
okay.
I don't know. I mean, if people want to join, they're more than welcome. I think this and we'd love to have people on board. But if they're not, we're ticking along quite nicely. We seem to be developing at a pace at which the client is happy. So I don't know. I mean, I know they've been talking about onboarding yesterday in the Agile Ventures planning meeting that we had. But beyond people naturally gravitating towards website one as their first project people tend to get involved in, I don't see much onboarding going on at all across any of the projects. I know Thomas was trying to get people more involved in Codelia a few weeks ago and was banging that drum. I don't know how many successfully onboarded for that project. I'd be interested to know.
Okay. Yes, it'd be a good question. Sasha, your turn for an update if you've got one.
Yeah, not a lot. I've been, like I say, mostly pairing with Thomas. I'm still wouldn't particularly want to work on anything like become production code without someone who's a bit more familiar with it looking over my shoulder. So I guess Thomas is in this meeting as well. I just saw Yarrow posted a thing saying that he's doing some pair programming. So when we're done, I'll just I'll be looking for someone to pair with.
Okay, when I search for Sasha, I get Sasha Cooper. Is that you?
Yep, that's the one.
That's great.
With this wonderful avatar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we've got Nick, Thomas, and Sam Pretty joined us. Nick, your face is new to me, barring, of course, holes in my memory, which occur occasionally as I try to overfill it. Are you? Is this your first Scrum, or what kind of Scrum experience have you got?
He's having some microphone issues.
Okay. Well, feel free to talk to us in the chat. I see you say you're having microphone issues. Just a moment. Okay, we'll come back to you then. Sam Pretty, have you got anything for us?
Yeah, just works on some website one. Nothing much important. Not much to report other than that. Yeah, I was working on fixing some issues like with Mercury. I was facing some cucumber issues, and I was trying to fix that. and that's it. Nothing other than that. Plans after this, I continue to pair. Or, I not exactly pair. I have some other work. Never mind. So
Yeah.
I have some other work, other projects to work on, other than Agile Ventures, and
Hmm.
I'll work on those. Not much time for Agile Ventures related stuff.
No, sure, yes. Yeah, lots of us are only able to keep in touch now and again with Agile Ventures. Thomas?
Yes. Well, a bit of good news. I just got a new job today.
Oh, congratulations, yeah.
As a Ruby developer, so I'm very happy, very glad.
Oh, very good, yeah.
Yes, and I, I want to be very on the record on with this. This job this has been made possible just because people like you, like Sam, like Sampriti, like Brian, and like all the other Agile Ventures members that helped me continuously grow and learn new stuff. And I got I was doing a lot of freelance work and I was happy with that, but they gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. In a true Godfather-like manner.
Okay.
And so I'm very happy for this. So all this hard work paid off, and I'm glad. I'm really glad. But in terms of more down to earth things, I've been fixing a problem that we were facing with manually adding a Hangout link to an event instance. So I had to push out a hotfix to production. Not one of my favorite things to do, but sometimes it needs to be done. And now we're having a discussion about what happens in different sorts of browsers when this Hangout connection app is trying to talk to website 1. Technical issues doesn't look good for us right now, but we will prevail, I hope. In terms of pairing, I don't know if I have so much time today. This afternoon, absolutely. I mean tonight, absolutely, but not now for the next upcoming 4 or 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I need to work on some client projects.
Yeah, I maybe misunderstood, but is the bug that you have with event links, is it still open?
Very much so. Well, not the one that was initially reported that we couldn't update the link manually. We fixed that, but we have another problem now where when you create a Hangout, I don't know if you encountered this now, but for some users on some browsers, there is the security setting that prohibits the Hangout connection app to talk to website 1 and doing Slack notifications right now. So Sampriti can tell you more about this. He actually knows what it is. I'm just reporting what I've been told.
Oh, okay, yes, right. Okay, for my own update, I've not been around Agile Ventures for 2 or 3 days actually. Thank you for Thomas for covering my scrums. I am planning to run this scrum again at the same time tomorrow morning, but nothing in the meantime except that hopefully I'll be available for pairing for an hour or so after this meeting. Right, Sash, Nick, have you been able to get your microphone fixed?
I think so. Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you very well, Nick, yes.
Okay, excellent. Well, thanks. Yes, you probably don't recognize me because I'm brand new. Thank you. I'm taking the AV 102 course right now. Mm-hmm. And I just completed the 169.1x and 169.2x courses back in about, I think it was like middle of this year. But just joining for the first time now to check everything out and sort of looking forward to getting to know what Agile Ventures is all about.
All right, I see you've already found the profile and posted one up. So, yeah.
Setting a good standard there, Nick. Talk to Sasha about this, and also I think we have who else was it? about the avatar business. You know, it's very important. I think you're doing a great job there, Nick.
Oh, great. Well, thank you very much.
Sasha, I will be all over you for a long time.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it as we speak, but I've almost got there. But it's
And you know, apart
claiming
from
that it's confirmed, but it doesn't actually.
this avatar business, you also need to take care of this G Plus business because you know, I assume that you are not a blue, you know, individual with a light blue background.
And with no neck.
With no neck.
Yeah, well, when you pick an avatar that you like, you have to upload it to two places, to GitHub and to Google Plus. But yeah.
Nice to have you here, Nick. It's always nice to have new people around. Welcome.
And it's great. Nick, have you any questions at the moment that we can answer for you? About
No. It was interesting that I was coming in just for the end of the onboarding conversation, so I'm interested to hear more about that.
Right. Okay, we'll talk about that in a moment. Also, there's a homework coming out soon about voting on a story. Are you interested in tackling that today, or are you going to wait for a?
Sorry, what's the homework about?
I believe it's about doing planning poker to estimate the time to be the points for a story.
Oh, I didn't know about that. Yeah, I'll probably try to tackle that at some point today.
Yeah, after you've read the homework instructions, maybe.
Great. Yeah.
But yeah, that's we pick a story off of Pivotal Tracker, and as a Scrum team, we'll do an estimate, much as the way that Armando described it in the book or in the CS 169 course.
Great.
Except that we do it online rather than face to face.
All right. Very cool.
Okay. We were talking about just when Nick and Thomas joined, we were talking about onboarding, and Craig had a particular question. You wanted to know how many people were being recruited, if you like, to website one. And I don't know, Thomas, if you know anything about how that has gone, because I know you've been. Craig mentioned you've been trying to do some focused recruitment.
During the last period of time.
Well, anything.
Well, I have 68 people, you know, following the project, joining the project, but of course I don't have 68, you know, active developers. But you know, during the last 2 weeks, I have 4 people joining the project. Yes.
What about other things like your Cordelia? You were trying to recruit people for that. How's that going?
I'm searching for a project manager for Cordelia, so we haven't been focusing on you know, on finding somebody, building up a developer team, because we need somebody to be able to tackle the management aspects of that project.
Yeah, has Pete retired from the project?
He has, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess search for project manager. Also, we've got an issue with the customer because the main customer in Texas kind of closed up business.
Shop, yes, unfortunately. Yeah. So we're looking for a non-profit, but that is actually something that we can, you know, we can have that on board. We can have somebody on board rather fast if we know that we have somebody that could run this project. You know, and there are other you know, projects that could potentially start within Agile Ventures, but
oh yeah, good, because I think there were contacts in Spain and in Sweden, weren't there, that were interested in working with us if we had a project team together for that. Okay.
Does that answer your question, Craig? Or?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, yeah.
Okay, we're about to wrap up, but Nick, you still wanted to explore onboarding a bit more. Have you another question about it?
No. I mean, I guess you know, being brand new, I'm trying to figure out what sort of projects here might be good for someone who's a little less experienced with Ruby and Rails and all that sort of stuff. So I think being able to identify those projects a little more easily on the website might be helpful. But I guess for now I'll just try to sort of absorb as much as I can through these scrums and take it from there.
Yeah, I would take it that any project that we're actively working on, that you hear mentioned in the Scrum, is probably suitable for new members, including people that really have only just got their feet wet with Rails through a boot camp or through CS 169.
Great.
But yeah, this list here on the left-hand side is just in chronological order, so you'll find that, and anyone can make them. So some of them are active projects, and some of them are ideas that people put up and weren't able to follow through on for some reason or another. But the ones you hear talked about at the Scrums are active and interesting, and I think all of them use Rails, and all of them use Ruby, so they're definitely things that are suitable for you. I'm going to stop the broadcast now, and we'll see who's interested in or looking for pair hookups right now.